If you're wanting to be successful at a young age, let me tell you a few things and a few truths about how life's kind of going to be, because, you know, I'm also young, I'm also wanting to be successful, you know. I've seen some success already, but I'm definitely not where kind of I want to be yet. But let me tell you a few things, especially if you're a beginner, but if you're also intermediate, it kind of helps as well. Let me tell you a few things that I've kind of learned about the process of trying to become successful and wanting to become successful, what it's actually going to, you know, take and what you're going to have to put in. So first things first is that you're going to have to be all in on wanting to become successful, right? You can't be like half in, half out. You can't be like half in saying, yeah, I want to be successful, I wanted this, I wanted that, but then half out, like, you know, just not spending your time wisely, you know, wasting time, wasting your energy on things that don't need to be done, kind of thing. So you need to make sure that you're kind of going all in on what you actually want. You know, you need to make sure that you're actually spending the time to do and learn about what you want to do and how you're going to become successful, right? So for me, I do organic dropshipping. I'm not going to explain what it is right now because you probably already know if you watch this channel anyway. But basically, when I chose I'm going to do that, it was like an all-in kind of thing, right? I'd already been doing content, you know, I'd already ran a clothing brand, had some experience, I'd already been doing editing and everything, so I just decided, right, I'm going to go all in with this business model. And when you actually choose to do that, and when you actually give it time as well, and I'll come on to that in a minute, but when you give something time as well as deciding, right, this is what I'm going to do, you know, this is what's going to help me to become successful, this is what's going to lead me to success, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to go all in it because I actually want to become successful, then that, you know, that's the kind of thing you need to do. That's the mindset you need to have. You need to have this mindset where it's like this or nothing, it's all or nothing. Even if that's not the case, right? Even if, let's say, you've got something else that you can do if this doesn't work out, just completely forget about that other thing and just imagine, just train your brain to think this is it, it's life or death, it's this or nothing, you know, and that will help you, it will help you think, okay, you know, I need to actually succeed here. I need to actually put in the work because it is this or nothing, even if it's not, you know, because I know for some people that generally is the case, you know, it might be for you, it generally might be the fact that, you know, you have to either find a way of doing this or it's actually, you know, that's kind of it. You've got no other plan, right? And personally, that's kind of the same for me, right? I've never really imagined myself sort of not being able to have the freedom that like sort of business gives you. I've always had that kind of mindset, you know, since a kid I've been creative, I've been wanting to just sort of, you know, do something different and just have sort of this like an eventful kind of like life in a way, in a good way that is. So, you know, I kind of always was like sort of writing stories and everything like that. I know it sounds a bit weird, but like that was kind of how I was really creative, and I've kind of just carried that on. I've kept that dream, you know, I've kept that goal, and that's what you need to do as well. You know, you need to just think like, okay, it's this or nothing because this is generally what I want to do. Because if you know that like the way you're trying to become successful, let's say, you know, it's a certain business model, say it's organic dropshipping, you know, the same thing, then just think, I actually want this to work because this is what I actually want to do, you know. If you don't enjoy it, you know, I mean, if it's the case where you're making like loads and loads of money and you might not enjoy it that much, then you could probably get out of it at some point. And I mean, you might just enjoy the income anyway. But if you're in a position where you kind of like, it's really difficult, if you don't actually enjoy what you're doing, to a certain extent, you know, you can make yourself enjoy things. That's what I've kind of been able to do. But if you don't, like, to a certain extent, manage to train yourself to enjoy the task, then it's going to be a lot harder for you to sort of carry on through the tough times. You know, I've had so many ups and downs. It is a general emotional roller coaster, right, business. And it has been for me. It really, really has been. And it's just so very up and down. But just the idea, this is my next point here as well, just belief in yourself and sort of this, you know, this strong mindset, the idea that one day everything's just going to come together. Because, you know, when times get tough, just think, well, one day I'm going to make it. One day I'm going to actually be successful. One day I'm going to be where I want to be. That's how you need to think, right? Because that is going to keep you going through even the toughest of times. Because, you you know, if you actually believe in yourself, you know 100%, okay, one day I'm going to be here. So in the present moment, I just need to spend my time doing the things that is going to get me there. It's going to be a lot more efficient to sort of get there, because you know, okay, I need to do this and then I'll get there. You know, this is what I need to do. So just have that in your mind at all times, that one day you are going to make it, and it's just a matter of fact of doing the things it takes to get there. So that's kind of my second point there. I'd say a third one as well is sort of like delusion in a way. And what I mean by delusion is just having goals and having dreams that seem like really crazy, right? Because, you know, if you try and like, if you're obviously watching this video, then obviously you want to be successful, you want to like make it, you know, then you've got to think, right? So like if you try to tell your dreams to kind of someone whose dreams have sort of gone, you know, they've kind of given up on the dreams, they're just, you know, it's kind of crazy, right? Your dreams might sound crazy to somebody, and that's how you want it to be. If someone like listens to your dreams and you can just automatically tell they don't believe that you're going to actually achieve them, they don't actually think you're going to do it, you know those dreams are good, because that means those dreams are high, those dreams are big, right? And why not dream big, right? Because what I think, I can't remember the quote now. I know there was a footballer that said a quote, right? And it was like, why be ordinary when you can be the best? And that's how you need to think, right? Like, why, if you've got this chance at life, right? You're young now, if you're watching this, maybe you're not, maybe a little bit older, maybe, you know, whatever, right? But the point is, the fact that you're watching this video shows that you actually want success. And you just got to understand that, you know, you're already on this path. So, you know, all the work you've put in beforehand, or all the work you're going to put in, you know, now and for the present future, you might as well let it all, you know, work out for you. Because if you're ever thinking about giving up or anything, just think how far you already came, right? Think how much you've really done. And that's kind of one thing that just, like, keeps you going at all times, you know. Think about what you've already done, the foundations you've already built, the things you've already achieved. Because, you know, even sometimes for me, even when things like seem downhill, you know, maybe sales aren't very high, or, you know, maybe I'm not going viral or something like that, it's very niche specific, based on kind of what you do. But even when that happens, there's always usually one thing that's sort of good, you know, there's always usually one thing, and that keeps you positive, right? You got to look for the positives amongst the negatives, you know. If there's a bunch of negative things going wrong right now, just look for at least just one positive thing, just so you can think, right, well, at least something's going right, you know, or even if something's just looking up. But the point is, you just got to understand that, you know, there's one day where you're actually going to make it, where all your efforts and everything that you've put in and that you're going to put in are all going to pay off. And you've just got to be there long enough to actually be able to get those to pay off, right? You got to be there. You got to turn up every single day. You got to be consistent. You got to just keep going. You got to be all in, right? Because 100% belief in yourself is what is really important, right? You've got to believe in yourself 100%, because, you know, even that just 1% of doubt could hold you back. Because let's say you come to like a turning point in life. Let's say there's something really like a massive opportunity, but it's also potentially a massive risk. If you don't 100% believe that you are able to, you know, succeed with this brand new opportunity with that little bit of risk chance there, that 1% could completely like wipe out kind of the idea of going with the opportunity, and that could then wipe out like that chance of success, right? So you've got to always be 100% believing in yourself, even when times are tough, right? Just trust in God and trust in, you know, putting the work in, everything like that, and you will, like, you know, you will make it one day. It's guaranteed if you just turn up every day and you just keep going. And that's exactly what I'm going through right now. You know, sometimes it feels bad, sometimes I feel, you know, at a low point because sales are low or something, but I always just look for something positive. I always look for the fact that, you know, one day I am going to be successful because I'm going to turn up every single day. You know, I'm not going to give up. And if you don't give up, you are going to make it. So that's kind of what I wanted to say for this video, but I'm going to give a little bit of an update on sort of my stores as well with organic. So I started a new product recently, and it's a really good product, honestly, and the views have been looking up as well. One of the videos now has reached like 20,000 views, or near enough 20,000 views on Instagram. Another one's got about like 30,000 views on Instagram, on YouTube, sorry. But yeah, that's looking good, to be honest, with the new product there. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. I've not made a website or anything for it yet, because I'm going to be waiting until about 50,000 views. But yeah, So it's looking pretty good there, and you know, I really believe in the product. I was up until like 2 a.m. last night filming for it, I'm not gonna lie, and then I was up again today about like, I think it was like 7:30 for college. But that is the kind of work you have to put in, right, as well. You know, you got to put in the work, you got to be willing to do what you want, and to do, you know, the things that you need to do to go all in, right? But yeah, that's kind of it for this video. So hopefully that gave you an insight on like wanting success at a young age and everything. You know, there's a little bit of an update on stores and stuff there as well. I'll be doing some more of those, and I'll let you guys know how this product does as well. So thank you for watching, and you know, if you want to follow more of the journey and you can see more of these videos, please consider subscribing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.